I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we will analyze the transformed trigonometric function. Consider the function f of x equals to a times sine of k times x minus t plus c. The graph of this function has period of pi and an amplitude of 15. The equation of axis is y equals to 5. Write its equation and then sketch. So let me first see how to write equation for this given transformed trigonometric function. Now let us see how to write equation for this transformed function. Now what we are given here is that the graph of the function has a period of pi. That means t is equals to pi. Amplitude a is 15. A equals to 15. And the axis is y equals to 5. That means c is 5. So from these conditions we directly get the value of a, the amplitude, c, the axis, right? What remains is k. D is not given to us, so we'll assume d to be 0. Now how to find the value of k given period? K is equals to 2 pi by t, right? So here time period is pi, therefore k should be 2 pi by pi, which is 2. So that helps you to write down the equation. So with all this we can write trigonometric function. We are assuming sine to be the trigonometric function. F of x equals to a is 15 sine of, within brackets, 2 times. Now d is assumed to be 0 since there is no translation horizontal, right, in this particular case. So it will be 2 times x plus 5. So that becomes the equation, right? Now we will see how to sketch it. I'm going to introduce you my way of sketching, and that is kind of interesting, and I hope you will like it, and it is really very easy way of sketching trigonometric functions. I'd like to begin with the axis itself. Let's say this is the axis for the sine function, right? So the axis is given to us as y equals to 5. Now the amplitude is 15. That means the sine wave will have a maximum of 15 plus 5, correct? So I'm drawing a line here indicating that maximum will be on that line and the minimum will be on this line, which is 5 minus 15, correct? So we have here 5 plus 15 as a y value, and here we have 5 minus 15, which is indeed minus 10, and that is going to be 20 for us, correct? Now it says that there is no horizontal translation. It is a sine wave with a period of pi, correct? Time period of pi. So what I can do here is I can draw my sine wave. See how? So that is my sine wave. Do you see that? One wave I'm drawing, right? Of course we could do as many, but for illustration I'm just sketching one wave. Since there is no horizontal translation, my y-axis is definitely along the 0, the first 0. Perfect. And on this y-axis I already figured out that this value should be 5. This value is 5 plus 15, should be 20. This value is 5 minus 15, that means this has to be minus 10. And my x-axis should definitely be now somewhere here, right? So that is my x-axis. Correct? So I can write down this is my x-axis, this is f of x, which is the periodic function, and as you can clearly see, this sine wave with a time period is pi, right? So I can write this as pi. Do you see that? If this is pi, this point will be pi by 2, right? Here we have pi by 4, and this will correspond to 3 pi by 4. Do you see how easy it is to draw fairly accurate sine graph from the given conditions, right? So that is how it is going to look like. I hope that helps you to sketch transformed trigonometric functions, right? Well, if you have graph paper, on that you can start making your coordinate axis first, and then at 5 draw your axis, right? Draw a dotted line to indicate maximum minimum values, and then divide your horizontal so that you could incorporate multiples, I should say factors of pi itself, since time period is pi for you, correct? And do as I did here. It is fairly easy. We'll take few examples which involves horizontal translation in the coming videos. So watch them to understand completely the transformation of trigonometric functions. Thank you and all the best.